starting in 5 seconds. Having considered the provisions of the Companies Act and the general principles of law, we would now proceed to examine whether the Customs Act creates a first charge for payment of the customs dues, and if so, harmonize and resolve the conflicts between the Companies Act and the Customs Act. The importer of any goods other than goods intended for transit or transshipment shall make entry thereof by presenting electronically on the customs automated system to the proper officer a bill of entry for human consumption or warehousing in such form and manner as may be prescribed, provided that the principal commissioner of customs or commissioner of customs may, in cases where it is not feasible to make entry by presenting electronically on the customs automated system, allow an entry to be presented in any other manner, provided further that if the importer makes a and subscribes to a declaration before the proper officer to the effect that he is unable for want of full information to furnish all the particulars of the goods required under this subsection, the proper officer may, pending the production of such information, permit him previous to the entry thereof to examine the goods in the presence of an officer of customs or to deposit the goods in the public warehouse appointed under section 57 without warehousing the same save as otherwise permitted by the proper officer. A bill of entry shall include all the goods mentioned in the bill of lading or other receipt given by the carrier to the consignor. The importer shall present the bill of entry under subsection 1 before the end of the day preceding the day on which the aircraft or vessel or vehicle carrying the goods arrives at a customs station at which such goods are to be cleared for home consumption or warehousing, provided that the board may, in such cases as it may deem fit, prescribe different time limits for presentation of the bill of entry, which shall not be later than the end of the day of such arrival, provided further that a bill of entry may be presented at any time not exceeding 30 days prior to the expected arrival of the aircraft or vessel or vehicle by which the goods have been shipped for importation into India at the due time. The importer, while presenting a bill of entry, shall make and subscribe to a declaration as to the truth of the contents of such bill of entry and shall, in support of such declaration, produce to the proper officer the invoice, if any, and such other documents relating to the imported goods as may be prescribed. The importer who presents a bill of entry shall ensure the following, namely the accuracy and completeness of the information given therein, the authenticity and validity of any document supporting it, and compliance with the restriction or prohibition if any, relating to the goods under this act or under any other law for the time being in force, if the proper officer is satisfied that the interest of revenue are not prejudicially affected and that there was no fraudulent intention, he may permit substitution of a bill of entry for home consumption for a bill of entry for warehousing or vice versa. However, the goods were stored in a private bonded warehouse in the terms of Section 68 of the Customs Act, which reads as any warehoused goods may be cleared from the warehouse for home consumption if a bill of entry for home consumption in respect of such goods has been presented in the prescribed form. The import duty, interest, fine, and penalties payable in respect of such goods have been paid, and an order for clearance of such goods for home consumption has been made by the proper officer, provided that the order referred to in clause C may also be made electronically through the customs automated system on the basis of risk evaluation through appropriate selection criteria, provided further that the owner of any warehoused goods may at any time before an order for clearance of goods for home consumption has been made in respect of such goods relinquish his title to the goods upon payment of penalties that may be payable in respect of the goods, and upon such relinquishment he shall not be liable to pay duty thereon, provided also that the owner of any such warehoused goods shall not be allowed to relinquish his title to such goods regarding which an offence appears to have been committed under this act or any other law for the time being in force. The goods were not released on a non-payment of customs duty, etc., and thereupon show cause notices dated 17th February 2000 and 10th April 2000 were issued, and two adjudication orders dated 15th September 2000 and 10th October 2000 were passed in a similar factual matrix. A three-judge bench of this court in Commissioners of Customs. Stop.